Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, colleagues. I want to thank you for your continued confidence in me, Mr. President. I want to thank you for assisting this council and guiding us to do the right thing every time we come into these chambers and take a difficult vote. I want to thank you, Mr. President, for your mentorship and your friendship and helping us get to this point today. I would be remiss to say that the choices that we make sometimes are very difficult. The voices that we take, the votes that we take are incredibly difficult. But President Herb Wesson has demonstrated time and time again his commitment to this council and his commitment to the 4 million people that reside in our city. I want to give him a huge round of applause of appreciation for the 8 years of steady, fast leadership from the City Council. I'm also very proud to point out that Council President Herb Wesson was the first African-American City Council president in the city's history, and that also deserves a huge round of applause. And sir, as such, you have nominated me to be the first Latina president of the Los Angeles City Council. I want to thank Mr. Buscaino for serving with our leadership team. It's been a pleasure serving with you, sir. You not only bring a different perspective from the harbor, but you also do it with an amazing sense of humor as we're trying to figure this all out. So congratulations on being elected President Pro Tem of the Los Angeles City Council. I look forward to working alongside you to ensure that we're dealing with every single concern that comes to us, but more than anything, I want to congratulate you and your beautiful family that are here this morning. Congratulations, my friend. And colleagues, I want to thank all of you for entrusting in me and supporting me as we mark the new chapter here on the Los Angeles City Council. Every single one of you has a different perspective of how to deal with difficult issues, but I also know that every single one of you takes your task at hand incredibly serious. And as difficult as some of our issues might be, I am very, very honored to serve with each and every one of you. Colleagues, today I come to you as a proud product of the Los Angeles Unified District and a proud product of immigrant parents from the state of Zacatecas. I come to you as a proud daughter of a dishwasher and a factory worker. Every time I talk about my parents, I talk about their dedication to this country, the amazing parents that I was very fortunate to get, and I talk about their commitment to their 2 daughters. I talk about my father, who was a dishwasher, who never drove a day in his life, and would take the bus from Pacoima to Sherman Oaks 6 days out of the week. He would wake up at 4 in the morning, get home around 7 o'clock in the evening, and he did it 6 days out of the week. I talk about me being a little girl and standing on the corner of Pala and Louvre waiting for my father to come home every day because I was always so worried about him taking mass transit and making sure that he got to his family every day. I talk about my mother who's not feeling well today, but she's watching me on TV at home. I talk about the incredible strength of my mother, the factory worker, the woman that would apply across the street to that factory job every single day to ensure that her kids were able to get medical insurance, to ensure that she was represented by a union, and to ensure that back in the 80s and 90s she was being paid $15 an hour. That was my mother. The reason we have a home is because of my mother. The reason our family was able to move forward is because my mother felt so strongly about ensuring that her children got a good education, that her children felt the love for this community and the love for this country. That is who my mother is. My father is not here today, and I mourn him every single day. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think of my dad. My dad would be so proud today. But colleagues, my father guides me every single day in the work that I do. I feel his presence, I feel his guidance, and my father has taught me the importance of fighting for social justice and fighting for what's right. So Dad, I know you're looking down from heaven. I miss you every day, and I promise you to make you proud. Love you, Dad. And I want to also thank my incredible husband. Jerry, you have been an amazing husband and an amazing father to our daughter, Isabel. And for those of you who don't know, we don't necessarily share our love story on Instagram every day, but we know our truth and we know what our relationship is like. My husband is very unique in a sense that he understands the work that I do every day because him and I are both work in politics. And if it wasn't for my husband, I would not be standing here today. He is a man who ensured that I got elected in 2013. And there is not one day that goes by that my husband does not lift me and tells me every single day that he believes in me and he believes in the good work that we're trying to do. And he makes sure that even though when I don't believe in myself, he believes in me. And for that, Jerry, I love you. Thank you so much for being my rock at home and ensuring that our daughter has a wonderful, wonderful role model as a dad. Thank you, baby. And to my baby, Isabel. When we started this journey, she was only 4 years old. She is now 10, going on 30. If you know anything about my daughter, you know she's incredibly intuitive and incredibly smart and confident. But my little baby also knows one thing: she knows how to fight. And every single time we talk about difficult issues at home or how to grapple with homelessness, for example, Isabel has at least 20 different solutions on how to deal with the problem. But more than anything, Isabel has only known her mom as being in political office. And she understands the sacrifices as much as sometimes I carry the mommy guilt and I'm not always there for every single event. My daughter has endured the sacrifices that we have all made as a family for me to serve in office. So for that, baby girl, thank you for always being here for me, for believing in Mama, and for making sure that you always have my back. I love you. Thank you. So I also stand here today as the first Latina elected to lead this council in the city's history. When I was growing up, a lot of little girls that looked like me and talked like me didn't necessarily grow up to believe that they one day can have these types of positions. So that is not lost on me at all. I want to ensure, so all the little girls that are watching this today, that you too can grow up to be anything you want. My first Family First agenda, which I'm ready to speak of on January 14th, I will talk about the goals and my agenda moving this council forward and what we need to do to lift families up in this city. As a daughter of immigrants, as a daughter of a dishwasher and a factory worker, it is incredibly, incredibly personal for me to ensure that children and families in this city become a priority for all of us. To ensure that our children have a safe way to walk home every day, to ensure that our children have safe parks to play in, to ensure that our families feel safe. And first and foremost, to ensure that children living in motels, children that are facing homelessness, finally become a priority of our city. To ensure that we get them out of these motels and find them permanent housing for them to grow up in a sane area where they feel safe and loved. We all have to do that for our kids. I will share more of what that means to me on January 14th. This is a huge milestone for me and my family, as I'm proud to be the first Latina to ever lead the city council. I don't want to be the last. And I want to ensure that African Americans, Latinas, Asian Americans, Native Americans, all women of all races can see themselves leading this council one day. Colleagues, it's worth mentioning that this is incredibly emotional for me today. I am very grateful for your trust and for your confidence in me leading this council, and I look forward for us doing amazing things for all Angelenos. Mr. President, thank you very much, my friend. You have done an amazing job. It's been a true honor to serve with you. And as I conclude, I also want to thank my staff who are here somewhere, my incredible staff that continues to fight for what's right and fight for its fair share for Council District 6. I want to thank you for your hard work and your dedication to our residents and our constituents. We have a long, long road ahead of us. We have a lot of work to do, but we're up for the challenge because we are CD6. Mr. President, that concludes my comments. Thank you very much for allowing me to share a few words, and I look forward to sharing more of my agenda on January 14th. Thank you very much.
Good job, Nury.